On a restless night in January 1966, Nigeria teetered on the brink of chaos, its future uncertain and fragile. Amid whispers of conspiracy, shadowy plans, and the simmering tension of a divided nation, one man would rise to power not by design, but by circumstance. Major General Johnson Aguiyi-Ironsi, a soldier of quiet resolve, stepped into the eye of a storm he could neither fully control nor escape. His every decision would ripple through a nation already scarred by fear and betrayal, and every move would carry the weight of destiny. Little did he know that the path he chose to unify Nigeria would lead him directly into a trap from which there was no return. In the restless dawn of Nigeria's independence, the nation teetered between hope and chaos. Political rivalry, regional tension, and ethnic mistrust threatened the fragile unity of a country newly freed from colonial rule. Amidst this turbulence, a man of quiet discipline and unwavering principle emerged from Umunnakwe, southeastern Nigeria. Major General Johnson Thomas Umunnakwe Aguiyi-Ironsi was more than a soldier, he was a symbol of order, integrity, and duty in a nation struggling to find its footing. Born on March 3, 1924, Aguiyi-Ironsi joined the Nigerian army during the colonial period and steadily rose through the ranks due to his intelligence, discipline, and strategic mind. By the mid-1960s, Nigeria's political landscape was deeply fractured. The 1965 elections had been marred by allegations of corruption, manipulation, and violence, and the country was already on edge. Tensions between the North and Southeast, fueled by political competition and ethnic suspicion, threatened to unravel the young democracy. On January 15, 1966, a group of young army officers staged Nigeria's first military coup, assassinating Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa, the premier of the northern region Sir Ahmadu Bello, and other political leaders. The coup was swift and shocking. Amidst the chaos, Major General Aguiyi-Ironsi, then the highest-ranking officer remaining, assumed power, not as a conspirator, but as a stabilizing force. Calm, deliberate, and committed to duty, he took the reins of a nation on the edge of disorder. Aguiyi-Ironsi's administration began with a clear, if controversial, vision: Nigeria could only survive as a united nation under a strong central authority. To this end, he promulgated Decree No. 34, abolishing the regional government structure and centralizing power in the federal government. His goal was to reduce the divisions that had fueled political instability. While well-intentioned, the move was perceived in the North as favoritism toward the Igbo, sparking resentment and suspicion. Northern leaders feared loss of autonomy and influence, and tension quietly grew beneath the surface of apparent order. Despite the controversy, Aguiyi-Ironsi pressed on with reforms aimed at stabilizing the country. He emphasized discipline, professionalism, and integrity in the military and civil service. Corruption, favoritism, and political manipulation were discouraged, and efforts were made to modernize the army and improve governance. He also sought to restore public confidence in the state through fair administration and justice for all Nigerians. Speeches delivered in his calm, commanding voice called for tolerance, unity, and shared national responsibility. Yet, these measures could not erase the deep ethnic mistrust that lingered after the January coup. Many northern officers and politicians believed that Aguiyi-Ironsi, an Igbo, had not only benefited from the coup but was consolidating power at their expense. Rumors, fear, and political opportunism fueled an undercurrent of hostility. Advisors warned him of potential threats, but Aguiyi-Ironsi trusted that his reputation for fairness and discipline would secure loyalty within the army. He underestimated the speed with which resentment could erupt into violence. The simmering tension reached a tragic climax on July 29, 1966, just 6 months after Aguiyi-Ironsi came to power. In a swift and brutal counter-coup, primarily led by northern officers, Aguiyi-Ironsi was seized at a military barracks in Ibadan. Reports describe chaos, betrayal, and violence, emblematic of a nation on the brink. Major General Aguiyi-Ironsi, along with several of his aides and loyal officers, was assassinated in a manner that shocked the entire country. The very man who had sought to unify Nigeria through calm authority became a victim of the very divisions he had worked to heal. His death was more than a personal tragedy, it was a turning point for Nigeria. The assassination plunged the nation into deeper instability, intensifying ethnic tensions and paving the way for retaliatory violence. Within months, the country was hurtling towards civil war, and the dream of a unified Nigeria seemed perilously fragile. Yet, Aguiyi-Ironsi's legacy endures. Though his time in power was brief, his vision of a disciplined, united Nigeria remains influential. He is remembered for integrity, courage, and commitment to justice, traits rare in a period marked by political violence and instability. Schools, military institutions, and monuments honor his name, a testament to the respect he commanded even in a fractured nation. Reflecting on Aguiyi-Ironsi's life is to reflect on the contradictions of Nigeria itself. A nation filled with potential yet divided by fear, ambition, and suspicion. A leader of principle who sought unity but was undone by mistrust. A brief administration whose reverberations shaped the nation for decades. His story is both inspiring and cautionary, highlighting the complexities of leadership in a young, diverse country struggling to define itself. Major General Johnson Aguiyi-Ironsi's life and tragic death serve as a solemn reminder: leadership demands not only vision and courage, but also a profound understanding of the delicate interplay between power, perception, and trust. Though his reign was short, the lessons of his administration, discipline, integrity, and the pursuit of unity, remain critical to Nigeria's ongoing journey toward nationhood.